So this is like a more thoughtful version of Apple's notification summaries. If you either have a very long message or you have a notification from a group chat, it will summarize it, but then you can click the little drop-down menu and it'll just show you the whole thing. It'll also show you like the messages from the group chat in the little drop-down thing, or it'll show you the whole message. But overall, it'll just summarize it if it's a super long message or if it's a group chat.
So it doesn't do like all notifications. It's just like per app. And like group messages.
Yeah, it's like in messages.
Okay. This is going to hurt so much more when you get broken up with over a text message and it's a really long, thoughtful thing. And then Google's just like, she ain't into you.
Well, there's that famous, like, because you know how iMessage will do the like animations when you say certain words? There's like this famous screenshot where someone says, congrats, you threw away our entire relationship for a guy. And it's got the
streamers. Yeah. On Samsung, it's like the wacky waving, like inflatable arm guy.
Tough luck.
Okay, there's notification organizer. So now your notifications get separated into categories, which is so useful. So now it'll be like news. It'll be like offers, that kind of stuff. So I love that. I think that's amazing.
Where is this?
In your notification shade.
So they're just turning into like Gmail, kind of.
The old inbox app used to do that.
Sort of.
Like those like pre-made.
You can kind of think about it in a similar way.
Okay.
Your notifications are
it's just your inbox for your whole phone.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Which is different types of stuff. And it'll silence lower priority ones so that you don't have to deal with like random little offers and stuff like that, which is nice. They now have custom icon shapes. So you don't have to just be circles anymore. You can be like a little weird X thing. You can be like
squircles.
Yeah, just different. There's like a triangle one, like a one that's like flat on the bottom, but then like a half circle on the top. Very strange. They're kind of just, they're leaning into the Material You kind of.
A lot of other launchers have this too. This is just like one more customization for your home
screen. Yeah. Expanded themed icons. So before it was like you would theme all the icons, but there would be, of course, like one or two apps that didn't support it and it looked horrible. Now they truly will force it on every single app. So it will work for every single app.
Are we sure? The amount of times I've heard this will for sure work.
That's what
it does work. But I will say it doesn't work in the drawer. The drawer is still just a regular.
Yeah, which is
fine. I'm more okay with that, but
yeah.
There will be one icon that does not work somehow.
Well, Duolingo famously changes its icon all the time, and it does have it did work on Duolingo. So if it worked on Duolingo, I would imagine it works on everything else.
Yeah. Okay.
We did it. We're here.
There's now an option to force dark mode on every app as well. So apps that don't have a dark mode, it'll basically just like invert the white colors to black. But it does it in a like smart, dynamic way.
You know what happened to me recently? I saw a screenshot on Twitter of Spotify light mode, and I went, wait a minute. I've never seen Spotify light mode. And I actually went into Spotify and started digging through settings. I was like,
is there actually a light mode in settings?
I found that there is not. Somebody just inverted Spotify.
Oh.
And it kind of looked decent. I'm sure album art looks weird, but there is no light modes for Spotify.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this one because without that, I already have this issue where sometimes on my Pixel, it decides that, so like the notification bar on the top that has my time and battery percentage, it won't invert that correctly with the mode of the app that I have open. So let's say I have YouTube open and it's got a white background. It won't change the time and battery to now invert to black. So now it's just fading into, I showed you this the other day.
Yeah,
or sometimes, like it's supposed to be black text and I have a dark mode thing.
Yeah.
And I just lose my battery percentage.
Yeah, because it disappears.
Yeah, and I'll close the app and open it back up and that'll fix it. But like I have very little faith in this if it's already screwing up that normally.
Yeah. Yeah. This is kind of just a lot of features that they announced a long time ago, but they're like, I swear it works now.
On God for real.
On God for real.
No cap, no cap.
You have expanded split screen options to like have multiple apps open, and now you can like drag one to like show the amount that you want the app to be open. There's even a 90-10 split, so you can have an app open 10%. And then have 10%? The other app open 90%.
Just like a sliver of the top of the app.
Yeah, you got your little app ticker.
90% Waveform podcast, 10% homework notes you should really be studying.
Wow. Exactly. So that feels like they are putting it in it to prepare for more foldable stuff, to be honest. Sure. Just to be able to be more malleable in that way. One of the biggest changes, which Adam actually posted about on Threads, you can now, no, not on Threads. He posted about this in the Slack. You can now adjust the intensity which HDR content displays.
Woo!
There's a slider now. So it'll show you like the brightness that the HDR content comes through.
I'm dragging it all the way up.
Marques.
I'm dragging it all the way
Default,
up.
that's
What?
what it was.
I want to be scrolling with low brightness, and I want to see your picture on Instagram and just boom.
Marques
just
wants
light
that
up the room.
flashbang in his bed.
I want that impactful media.
I just want to turn it all off.
Turn it all the way
I
up.
hate HDR. And then I wrote, thank below that. Okay. There is a new remove toggle when you're removing apps from your home screen. So now you don't have to like click and drag to the little like X in the top or bottom or whatever. When you press on it, there's just a little remove like option.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Lots of other launchers have that already also.
yeah, it's faster. Yeah.
Wait, no, just dragging it to this trash is faster.
I don't think so because you have to like long press it and then drag it.
That's always been faster for me because there's always like 5 little. There's like uninstall, view info, and then the whatever shortcuts there are. So if it's a calendar event, it'll be like if you long press on the calendar icon, it'll show new event, view calendar, uninstall, close, remove, and I have to find remove every single time. So I just found that just highlighting them, just dragging them to the trash is faster.
Adam, do you have this yet?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just like not smart launcher.
Is there a chance you could accidentally press remove?
Can you show?
Yeah, it's
You have to find it.
you
It's in a
long
different place
press
every
the
time.
icon, and it just pops up like one of the little options there is just remove.
So that's
Like
it's
Marques
just
said, a
long
bunch of
press.
other.
That's one of those
launchers already
things
have
where
this.
I'm going to love that, but when my mom tells me like Facebook is off my phone, it's like you probably accidentally long pressed and hit remove.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I have to find remove.
It's the top. It's the first
I know,
one.
but it's in a different place every time. Like in Instagram, it's the top this time. But
Things
I don't know.
change. There is a new quick adding of app shortcuts in that same
This
menu.
is awesome.
Yeah. So Adam, you want to explain that since you have it on your phone?
I have this already, and this is basically the same little gesture. If you just like long press something, certain apps have like quick functions you can do. Like for example, Duolingo. If I long press, will just say, "Do you want to open Duolingo or do you want to like jump straight into a lesson?" So instead of always clicking Duolingo, always clicking to my most recent lesson, I can do one of these app shortcuts and just hit do a lesson, and it pops up as like a little shortcut on my like home screen.
Oh, that's
so then I can remove the actual Duolingo app and just have that there. So I can just go straight into a lesson every time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other apps that like also have similar things. Like YouTube, you can jump straight into shorts if you want for some reason. You could jump into subscriptions.
Wow.
Of course they would add that.
Can you call that shortcut?
Psycho is just
There's a reason I chose YouTube. But yeah, there's like not all apps have this. I think it needs to be like implemented by the developer, obviously. But like the WNBA app, I just have it straight up to give me the schedule, just like the games, show me the next games. That's it. I don't need to go looking through
Multiple
the whole app and
menus.
everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's nice.
If Instagram has a shortcut to go straight to Reels, we just brought back IGTV.
That's essentially what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a separate app.
They were just
to do
too
just reels.
early.
We did
Yeah.
it again.
Okay, there's a new widgets view. So if we remember, Android only decided to care about widgets again after Apple started doing widget stuff, but better, because they hadn't updated them since like 2012. Now there's a very rich widget showcase that has 2 little options. There is a featured tab, and there is I wrote it down here. Where is it? Yeah, featured tab. Oh, sorry. There's a featured tab and there is a browse tab. The featured tab will show like the richest, most fun, most interesting widgets that it assumes you want to use. And then the browse will just like kind of showcase all the widgets. What's nice about it is that it's rich, so it shows them sort of moving and doing the things that they do instead of the old version of adding widgets where it was just like you would just select from a number and you didn't really know what they looked like and all this stuff. And yeah, it's much better now. Quick Share now allows you to do the tap thing that you can do on iPhones where you tap your phones together. So if you have Quick Share on, you can tap to connect to
Do you
another
think that would work with
phone.
an iPhone?
No.
Just between,
Do you think it does like a cool animation?
No.
Really?
It doesn't. I saw someone demo it. It doesn't do an animation.
how have I never realized
at
that like
all.
the tap to share thing's kind of like 2 phones dabbing each other up, or like
Send me your
handshake.
contact info.
Yeah.
Works for me.
A lot of these features, this is the first time we've seen Google do Android stuff that iOS had already implemented and not the other way around?
No. It's
It's
this has happened many times. They steal from each other.
Okay, I thought it was always Apple just copying.
It was at the beginning.
Okay.
And then they would innovate, and then Android was like,
This is almost Google copying other launchers. Like
Yeah.
they're making
Yeah.
Pixel Launcher just like
they're
straight up.
Sherlocking other
Yeah,
launchers.
just like, oh, you wanted this? Here it is. Now, if I could just get rid of the at a glance widget, that'd be great. But, no.
Oh my god! Yeah, how is that not? I would return all of these just to remove at a glance on my home screen.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
What is at a glance?
It's okay.
Oh God!
Here's
do
my-
not know what it is. It's so nice.
But Ellis, this is why it's insane. It takes up a part of your home screen and can be a bunch of small little notifications or the weather or time. You can turn it off, but it keeps it there. Just it doesn't give you the notifications. You can never take it off of your home screen.
It's permanent real estate.
And
It's just like the date
And then it just goes like the date
Weather.
and time, which I already have
elsewhere.
corner.
in the corner, and I have my clock widget
your
that I
lock
like.
screen.
Clock widget is almost unnecessary with that, but I still prefer a bigger clock. But that means I also have to have at a glance. If there's
Pixel.
something I can't wait to be on killedbygoogle.com, it's at a glance widget.
Okay, there are expanded biometrics options, so you can select apps that you want to force to use like face detection for phones that support, face their version of Face ID, which is, not usually not IR, but you can force it to have additional security through Face Unlock, which is helpful. And then, little small thing, there's now a time zone changed notification that you can enable. So if you live in the European Union, you love trains, and you're not sure,
As you know.
as you do, and you're not sure if your phone has updated the time zone yet, which is important for when you're setting calendar appointments and you're doing all that kind of stuff. You can now make it so your phone will give you a notification saying the time zone changed to this time zone.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Very useful.
I immediately thought of a short where you go on the line of a time zone difference and you jump back and forth between it and see how many notifications you
That's
get.
another one of those things. That's like oceans and seas. Like, when am I actually in the other time zone? Like, I know that there's a time zone line on a map,
Yeah.
but is it really like a 2-foot difference
There's
between
no
time
way.
zones? There's no way like I can step 2
Well,
feet over. and
Time
my
isn't
phone-
real, Marquez.
I mean, I know that.
I think
Talk to Arizona. We know.
I think I'm developing this too much as like that one spot in Arizona where you can jump
Yeah,
between like 4 states.
Yeah, which
I don't
that
think it
part
works
is
like
real,
that.
which is super cool. I just wonder,
Yeah, but
like,
states
I know
aren't real.
whenever I whenever I land at an airport in a new time zone and I take my phone off airplane mode, it takes like 10 seconds and it like goes, oh, you're in a new time zone, and it just changes the clock. Nothing happens. So it's like cool that it'll tell me I'm in a new time zone, but I do wonder, where exactly does that switch over?
Yeah. There's got to be a little.
I want to know.
Little
I kind of
ping
want to
area.
know.
What do you mean? It's just the state lines.
Yeah, but is
In
it
the U.S., it's the state lines.
so because when I'm driving on a road and I see the "Welcome
but-
to New York" sign, that's not the exact state line.
It's
That's
not
often
only
like
Texas
800
has
yards
2 time
later.
zones.
If there's no people in a place,
Yes,
it doesn't matter what
actually
time it is.
multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple states have, and it's not the state line.
But there's a time zone line. Let's say in Ohio, right?
Michigan.
Michigan?
Michigan's the farthest one.
All right.
On the east
So
side.
if I live on one side of the line and I drive my car to the next town over,
Yeah.
on the other side of the line,
Yeah.
my phone will switch.
Yeah.
At what moment is my phone triggered to switch? Is it when my GPS coordinates are exactly 1 meter past an exact line, which is somewhere?
I would imagine so, yeah.
And then can I just ping back and forth over that line by like 2 yards and switch my time zone back and forth? This is useless.
I
advice.
think it will. Yeah. It's
no,
It's an
I,
edge
I would
case.
imagine so, yeah.
I just want to check. I don't think it's state.
It's
I don't
not
think it's
state
state
lines.
lines.
Really?
not state
Are there
lines.
states,
Which is
wait,
confusing
are there
'cause-
states in multiple time zones?
Many.
According to this
Unfortunately,
map,
there's a
Many.
few.
and this is not an AI overview.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I didn't think it. Then you said that I was like, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
because it's weird to be in the same state on multiple lines.
Time zones in general don't make sense. Tom Scott has a great video about this
This
from
is
like a
facts.
decade ago.
Sex.
That's all you have to tell me, and I agree.
I just would like to. This is something I would do for a YouTube short. Is just go to the line with my phone and just walk across the line and see what happens.
Well, what's confusing though also else is it looks like sometimes it uses a state line, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
wrong.
It
'cause
seems like
Texas.
Kansas? brutal.
For more than that reason.
Sorry,
And I'm not even talking about time zones.
I shouldn't.
Oh no, I was right. Michigan is the far. I mean, unless you count that little sliver of Indiana.
It's a little sliver of Indiana.
Yeah, but
Wow.
that's why Michigan
split.
is so fun in the summer because it's so far west that the sun doesn't set until like 9 or 10 p.m.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
It's so fun.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Time zone change.
Not gonna
Very
answer
nice.
that. Time zone change on Android, biggest feature. That's about it for that. So if you got a Pixel or you're on Android, exciting times. It's kind of I'm kind of jealous. I've been on iOS for a little bit now, and I'm pretty jealous that they just get like random feature drops
Dude,
like
I
this.
will say it has been very nice being on Android this time around.
Yeah.
Like every year I jump back and forth, and I stand by it that iOS I think has better apps, but Android as an operating system is so fun.
Dude, it's so much more fun. Liquid,
much more fun.
Liquid ass is so bad. It's so bad, and Material 3 Expressive, horrible name, is great.
Or like Material P expressive.
It was on brand. Just do.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. I just want to say if Waveform Clips was not in your YouTube recap, then you have exactly 12 months to fix that. Or else. You know what to do.